guys, how are you doing today? I have been watering plants and I had a few down, and I wanted to go ahead and show you a few of my favorite anthuriums. And a lot of these I got when they were smaller. The majority of them were very, very small babies. I've got a couple big ones and I've got a few smaller ones to show you, but just a few of my favorite ones that I've really enjoyed growing up. You can see this one, the one I have right here. This one is so gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell on this, but it is so shimmery. This one is the tin black. The name on it is really weird. It's Villenarum, Villenorum. Tin black times Villenorum. I'll put it up on the screen because... And this is one, I believe... Yeah. I'm so glad. I marked where I got these on the back of my tags. I got this one from Macari. Back 6/13/24, and it was, when I first got it, it had this sleeve and this sleeve, and I believe this one might have grown out first in my care, and then she grew this one, and this one she just got done putting out. It still is a little soft, but let me bring it closer. There we go, that's better. I don't want to run over my other plants I have sitting here. But she is gorgeous. I absolutely love her. And I think what I really like is the fact that, look how close the sinuses are. I mean, she's got this little bit of a heart-shaped top, but I love that the leaf is so fat and heart-shaped, minus this closed top that it's practically got. And look at the middle of it. It is just so pretty. I absolutely love it. And so this one was actually a little bit bigger when I got it. But, I just love her. I just put her into this bigger pot here not too long ago, and you can see the roots are doing very, very nicely. And I'm excited to continue watching this one grow up. So I'm going to move her. I'll put it right here for now. It's not where she goes, but... Okay, now the next one I want to show you is this Anthurium Dock Block F2. Whoops. I'll hold it. This is an Anthurium Dock Block F2. Yeah. She is gorgeous. Now this one I got as a little baby on 6/7/24. I got this from eBay. But she is gorgeous. I believe she had this smaller leaf and this one. And she's grown these two in my care, but I just love anything with the thicker silvery veins. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to see what her next leaf is going to bring. She's got a new growth coming out right here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it very well or not, but I just put her into this container not too long ago, and her roots are doing pretty darn good. She's got some, I have well water, so everything gets browned up, but that's perlite at the bottom. But I really, really love her. She is so beautiful. I just love how sparkly she is. She's actually also a little bit dusty. So that's that one. Anthurium Dock Block F2. So gorgeous. And if you can see how red the stem is when it first starts coming out. Very, very pretty. Now this next one is, I'm really, really excited about this plant. Let me try to move. Okay, this one is my Rough Lyman Fort Sherman. I got her back in 824. She was just little when I got her. Another one that I got off eBay. I believe this one might have been from, oh, what do you call it? Did I write it down? No, it just says eBay. But I believe this is one that came from Green Escape. And this one, she had a smaller leaf, but it died off. I took it off. And then she grew this one. You see how dark it is? And look at those red petioles. Love it. And you can see the back of the older leaf also. God, that light, the light I'm using is blinding me. You can see how red the back is there. And then this one is the new leaf. I'm not going to touch it too much because it's still a little soft. But you can see it's staying so far elongated, which the Ralph Lyman Fort Sherman is. That's what kind of a plant that it is. Sorry, I just bumped you guys. But look at her, and you can see, hopefully you can see the red and how dark that she's getting. I have her pulled back a little bit. She's not in real dark light, or bright light, because I want to try to keep her darker. But you can see, like, on her older leaf, look at the top veining, if you can see it. And then the newer leaf is doing the same thing. And I just put her in this pot right before she started putting out this leaf, so she's not anywhere close to being ready to be repotted. She will grow in and fill up this pot nicely. Very, very pretty. I just love it. Falling in love with the dark leaved anthuriums. Like, I have my Pavalanum, and then I have a couple of hybrids from that. Okay, now this one, I have two of these. I have two of these plants. This is the King of Spades. I knew that. I don't know why I had to look. But she's got a new leaf right here coming out. And then I have another one. And this is her newest leaf. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now this was actually one plant, and she was growing. They were two plants that were hooked together. And I just popped them apart. And stuck them into separate containers. Now, I did that like maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago maybe. But I got this back on 524, and I believe this was the offset from this one. I didn't write down, I'm pretty sure, oh, I got a spider crawling around, an outside spider. But I'm pretty sure this is another one that I got from Green Escape. It was very small when I got it. You can see one of the original leaves right here. Very tiny. But this is her newest leaf on this plant, and it's still soft, so it's going to continue getting a little bit bare. I'm going to move this because I'm scared to death I'm going to knock it over. But I love this plant. Look how sparkly. I hope you guys can see just how sparkly this is. This is a plant, King of Spades, that, oh my gosh. I've seen other people have it, and they're big and beautiful and gorgeous, and way, way, way out of my price range. And when Green Escape got them as babies to sell as babies, I jumped on it right away. And I mean, I got this in May, and look how much it's grown. Plus it had two plants growing together, and now she's getting this new leaf on here, and I just absolutely love this plant, and I cannot wait to see what she grows into. Just absolutely gorgeous. Love it. And you can really tell on this bigger one, this newer, bigger leaf, how sparkly it is. And this one stays like real fat and chunky. I love that. I love the elongated leaves with the darker reddish leaves, and I also love these big fat babies. And she is so pretty. I mean, you can kind of see it. I'm going to move this one because I don't want to... I've already knocked this new leaf a couple times. But you can see how sparkly, even on these older leaves. Well, you're probably not going to be able to see because the lighting just... When you make a video, it just doesn't really pick up all of it. But trust me, she is super sparkly. Very, very pretty little plant. Absolutely love it. Alright, now this one, another plant that I'm totally in love with, is the Bessier app. I have a big, huge mother plant. This is one of her offset. This plant grows lots of offsets. I took this one out. It was actually an accident that I took it out. But, just absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape of the leaf. I love how dark it is. And then, she's also very dusty. But when the back, this is the newest leaf. I repotted her. I did stupidly. Her leaf was growing. This one, this is her newest leaf right here. And I repotted it. I wasn't thinking. I had her in a little tiny cup of moss because when I pulled her off the mother plant, well, I didn't pull her off. I accidentally broke it off when I was repotting the mother plant. I had my thumb or one of my fingers on it, and I heard a snap. And when I looked down, I took my finger off of it, and this little baby was just kind of hanging there. So I took her out. She did not have any roots on her. And I stuck her down on some moss in a cup, and I covered it up, made a little dome for it. And in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, it was unbelievable. She started growing roots. And from there, she just kept growing and growing. I moved her up into a bigger container. She grew out of that. I put her in this container, and you can see her roots are just... Where did I see them? There they are. She's got real nice roots coming in. She will be able to be in this pot for quite some time. But I just love this plant. It's so dark and beautiful. It's got the red, all the red in it. You can see she's got a new growth coming in right there. She needs to go in and have a shower and get some of the dust off of her. Oh, she is super filthy. But yeah, I love this plant. My mother plant is 4 times bigger than she is. The leaves are huge. She's in a big, huge pot, but I absolutely love her. I love the shape. It's kind of like a, well, you can see on this one, the older leaf, it's more elongated. It got really long, which is what the Bessier does. But this one, it's still a little soft, but not much. I think it's just about done. But I love how the striping fades down and then kind of, see how it does that? It's so beautiful. And this plant, I don't know what it is, but the Bessier. I've heard a lot of people say that the Bessier is really hard for them to grow. I mean, a lot of people have said that. At least some of the plant people that I watch. And I've never had that experience. I got this plant when it was about medium-ish. It wasn't super, super tiny, but it wasn't... It was probably about maybe the size of this one-ish. They come in a little 2-inch pot, I believe. But I've never had a problem with her. The only thing I can figure is... I have noticed with this plant is she likes a lot of water. Now, I have all my Anthuriums are potted in just regular potting mix and a whole lot of perlite. I don't do all the bark and all the real chunky arid mix type things on any of my plants. I just stick with normal soil. I just pile a whole bunch of perlite in it. So I don't know if maybe people aren't watering her enough. I do have her in high light. She's under a grow light. It's 5000K grow light that I keep her in. But before that, when I had her in the summertime in the house, she was growing in a south window. And she was getting a lot of light. She did not have any grow light on her that I can remember. But so, I think a lot of light. And mine anyhow drinks a lot of water, so I don't know. Okay, I think I have one more plant to show you, and then we'll say bye-bye. Alright guys, this is one of my absolute favorites. I really, really love her. This is Ace of Spades by Crystal Mag, and she is just gorgeous. Look how thick and sparkly her veins are. I love it. It's like little lightning bolts. I just love this plant. I got her when she was a tiny little baby. I got her back in 7/23, so last summer. She was a tiny, tiny little baby. Because I have totally gotten into buying babies, little seedlings. Sorry, drives me nuts when the sheathing is dried off. I'm very, very anal about keeping that off of my plants. I can't stand to see it. Just, I don't know, a weird pet peeve, whatever. But, yeah. She is gorgeous. She's super sparkly. I hope the camera is picking up how sparkly she is. But look at the veining in this plant. This Ace of Spades and Crystal Mag hybrid. So beautiful. But this was the first leaf that she grew. And then she grew this one. And then she grew this, which I was over the moon with this one. And then she grew this big baby, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait. And she's got another new growth. So, super exciting. I cannot wait to see her. I mean, oh my god. She is just so beautiful. I love how thick her veinings are. And you can actually, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. But she's got red all the way around her, the very, very edge of her leaf. Isn't she gorgeous? I think she's gorgeous. I absolutely love her. That's what's so exciting about buying seedlings. I mean, yeah, it's fun to buy bigger plants too. I get that. I've done it. I do it. But to buy a seedling, especially when it's a hybrid, and just for a heads up. I've been reading so much about Anthuriums, but when you are buying a hybrid, like say this one is Ace of Spades crossed with Crystal Mag, okay? Now the first name is usually the mother. So that will be the plant that flowers and then gets pollinated and then it grows the berries. That would be your mother plant. And then your pollen plant will be the second name, which in this case is the Crystal Mag. So she is, but you can, I mean, it doesn't always go this way, but more than likely, the mother, when she produces the seeds and makes all the babies, that plant, the babies usually take on more of the characteristics of the mother plant. So if you're looking like say I've got some pap crystals, I've got some rough lime and Fort Sherman's crossed with other things, but I try to look for, and it doesn't always work that way. I mean, sometimes you just get a plant that does whatever it wants. There actually is no guarantee, but I try to, like when I'm looking at my hybrids, I like that first name on that plant. Because like me, I'm into, here lately, into the more darker leafed. I've been trying to get a lot of plants with paps in them, or the Ralph Lyman Fort Sherman, Doc Block. I'm liking, you know, just stuff like that that is the darker leaf. I really want to start collecting more of the darker leafed ones, but anyways, I'm like, but it took me a while to learn that. So like for the past 2 years, that's what I've been doing is trying to get more into that first name. And you can see, now I grow all of my plants out in the open. I don't grow in grow tents or, you know, tote boxes or anything like that. I have a little tote box that when they're first babies, it's like a clear plastic shoebox. It's a big one. I put all my babies in that when I first get them. But I open the door up every day, and then at nighttime I close them, let them get a bunch of humidity, and then I open it back up. But after they get so big, like once they go into, you know, containers that are big like this or whatever, even a little bit smaller, I take them out. Or I just leave the door open all the time. And it never gets closed because I want my plants to be growing out in the open. I don't want to grow in grow tents. I want to be able to see my plants. So these are all grown out. I do run a humidifier. Now don't get me wrong, I do run a humidifier. And I keep it between 50 and 60 in here with my humidifier running. And I grow all of my Anthuriums in my living room, so... But there is another plant that I want to show you. When I was talking about the King of Spades, how it was like grown together, I want to show you another plant. Okay, this is a seedling that I bought 524, and I got it, well shoot, I didn't write down where I got it, but I'm assuming it probably came from eBay, and I probably got it, or, well, it might have come from Etsy, but I'm assuming this plant probably came from the Green Escape, but I don't know because I buy off of a lot of different sellers through eBay and Amazon and buy a lot of seedlings. But I wanted to show you, this is what I mean when, let me get the tag out. Oh, and by the way, this is a pap times crystallanum. So see that first name, it's telling me it's hopefully going to be more of a peppy shape and maybe possibly a color. But see how these are offset? It's not a baby. It didn't grow a baby. They're actually hooked together. Oh my gosh, you know what you guys? There are 3 in here. Huh, wow. I had been waiting for this leaf to finish hardening off, but it ended up getting stuck. I believe it was this one, yeah. it got stuck, and see how it got all jumbled. It got stuck in the sheathing. But what I want to do is I want to separate these plants, because there's 3 offsets, not just 1. So I want to separate them, but geez, I'm going to have to do it like right quick. But that'll be another video, and I will show you how I separate them. But that was exactly what my King of Spades was doing. And then I pulled them apart because she had an offset on her. And well, that'll be exciting to have 2 packed crystals. But you can see how it's kind of taking that pap shape. See how it's taking on that pap shape? God, this one is really dusty too. But I love that. This one got all screwed up, but I see she's got another growth coming in. And then that leaf is dying back. But I like to separate them because I have been figuring out, because I've had this happen a couple times, they will all, I mean, so far, they've all had their own root system. When you pull the plants apart, they all have their own root system normally. But I think what it's doing is when you keep them together like that, they're drawing off each other's nutrient, and the plant isn't growing like how it should be growing. But I'll make a separate video on that because I think that would be fun. I did it with my King of Spades and a couple other plants, and I think it would probably make a good video. But we'll do that on a different, that'll probably be my next video because I do want to do this soon. But, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my Anthuriums that I've grown up from babies. It's been a very exciting journey, and to know that they can go from little tiny seedlings into bigger, you know, into bigger plants like this in a year's time is so, so exciting. So, alright guys, I'll let you go and I will talk to you later. Bye. Peace.